Break the ice. How to talk to girls and guys. Welcome back to the Attraction Doctor. Sometimes it can be difficult to break the ice and start a conversation with someone attractive. It can be difficult to know how to talk to girls, guys, women, men, etc. It can also be hard to making a good first impression while doing so. However, approaching and talking with a stranger can be done easily and persuasively. You can learn to break the ice with finesse and talk to the girls or guys of your dreams. Read on. Why breaking the ice so hard? Speaking with someone you don't already know can be anxiety provoking for a number of reasons, some of which I have addressed in a previous article. The reasons include having approach anxiety, social anxiety, or being anxious about dating in general, worrying too much about your potential dates in initial opinion, fear of rejection, not having proper motivation to approach, having a poor understanding of body language, not having a clear understanding of what you want, not being prepared to ask for what you want. Beyond of those reasons, however, approaching someone is difficult because you are often opening yourself up for evaluation. Essentially, you are saying, I like you, and asking, do you like me? This gives the other person on the power and influence in this situation. They are in a position to take you or leave you without you having much more say in the matter. Given that it's low wonder breaking the ice and making the first move is so hard, who could want to put themselves in a position of vulnerability. That's the reason why many women prefer to be attractive and try to motivate the man to approach them. It is also the reason why many men refuse to do so. Fortunately, there are a number of ways to approach and start a conversation without opening yourself to evaluation. Furthermore, they are just as confident and assertive. As putting yourself out directly. In fact, sometimes the techniques are even more persuasive than the direct approach. Persuasive than the direct approach. Technique to keep your power and say hello. 1. Ask for a favor. Rather than putting yourself out there, get the other person to invest a little first. Ask them to do something for you, make a request. This could even be something small like, could you grab me a straw? Or could you wash my stuff for a minute while I get a coffee? Frankly, and small request will do the trick. I have discussed the reason for this investment effect elsewhere. Lowest the Ben Franklin effect is a phenomenon where people like others more when they do a favor for them. Jack Landry in 1969. That is, when other person does a favor for you, they like you more. So forget about buying them the drink as an opener and ask for one instead. To ask a question, most approach go wrong because the person is trying to impress. They are trying to earn the other individual interest, attraction, or affection. Essentially, they are opening themselves up to being judged rather than evaluating, qualifying, or screening the other person. So, rather than letting them evaluate you, beginning by evaluating them instead. Ask them a question, be curious, suspense, your attention. Suspense your attraction to them and make them jump through a hoop or to prove themselves to you. Ask them something that will qualify them as a peller and see whether they pass. Don't automatically assume they are perfect. Rather, be a bit capital. Quiz them from the start. Ask them if a piece of clothing on them is a designer label. Ask them how they take their coffee and teach them if it grows. Ask them why they are shopping on a Sunday afternoon. Ask them if they can make an omelette. Anything. Just keep it somewhat fun, flirty, and a bit evaluative of them. You are not asking what they think of you in any way. And yes, some people do question others to excess, which is obnoxious. For example, think about the woman in the bar who asks you about the shoes, watch, the car you drive, what you do for a living, etc. taken to extreme. This hides someone else's insecurity and low self-esteem by judging others. So, when someone answers your question, give them a little back in return. Break the ice on the term. Then show them who are a beast to remember to love to play games and reciprocate. 3. Make a statement. A finally strategy to approach open and break the ice to make a statement. This is simply saying something to other persons or about the general situation without desiring a response from them at all. It is just you expressing your opinions. Some example might include, I left the coffee here. It's a great day out today. This store has the best search. The bartender he make the best Jack and Coke. If the other person is also interested, he or she will continue the conversation. They will more than likely chime in with their own statement. If they are not interested and say nothing, then you have not reached anything. You have simply made a statement. Conclusion. It's impossible to get to know someone else without throwing yourself at their mercy. In fact, the approach above so that you are strong, confident, attractive, and not in need of their judgment or validation. So rather than believe some strengths is great and you need to earn them, use one or more of the technique above. Ask them to do you a favor or increase their liking for you. Ask them for a questions and get them to earn your affection, or just make a statement and see whether they react. In any case, you will break the ice, keep your footing of power, and have the better shot of getting a date. Go to www.attractiondoctor.com for more dating and relationship advice in helpful categories. Thank you for listening.